So, Barb, the real estate boom does seem to be behind us right now. Interest rates are higher. There are more homes on the market, and the buyer demand has softened a little bit. So, the big question, Barb Schlinker, why is it that attractive marketing is not the solution for a home that is overpriced?
Well, the marketing helps, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. I have a lot of people say, "Oh, the pictures were awesome." And then when I got there, it was like, "Ooh, it's disappointing. It's not really the same size as I thought it was. You kind of sugar-coated something that I needed to know, and it made them reject the home." So, while marketing can really help knock it out of the park, it is really not number one. Number one absolutely is pricing. So if you overprice, um, you have a problem. So every seller really wants the most money. They want the best terms. And these days, it's become a very instant society where people expect it to be done. I put my house on the market, it needs to be sold in 2 months. And that isn't necessarily always the case. However, I will say if it's priced right, you're going to get a contract right away. And the reality in today's market, the buyers are very cautious. They're much more informed than they have ever been. I'd say that's probably true, even Richard, about the news, right? People are getting their news from all different sources.
Probably 10 times as much information as they were getting in the old days when it was just radio, television, and a newspaper.
Right. I mean, the photos definitely get them there, but they are looking at the whole picture. They're not just looking at that one house. They're looking at all of the competition. The buyers are like, okay, I want a house like this in this location. What can I get in my price range? And I think buyers are a lot more price sensitive than they have been even just a couple of years ago. And here's a problem with overpricing. Here's a quote from the Wall Street Journal. They said, when home sellers set prices too high, they are paying for it. And that's absolutely true. What do they mean by that? They mean if you set your price high and you slowly walk the price down, not only do you lose that fresh on the market buyer momentum, which most of it comes in the first, I'd say 7 to 30 days. Um, it doesn't help you. A lot of people think that, oh, we'll test the market and just see if a buyer will bite at that price. But it actually costs you money because when it doesn't work, what happens? The buyers are like, oh, looking at other homes. Yeah, I already saw that one. Yeah, not going to go see it. And over time, if you slowly walk the price down, you're going to net less money. So when you see price cuts happen, typically every, I don't know, 30 days is pretty common. It hurts you more. The longer the days on market, the more the buyers think there's a lot more negotiating room. If they are interested, then they're going to go in the kill and go in for the kill and actually make a really strong offer. And you really cannot market your way out of a high price. When the home first hits the market, that's actually when you get the most attention. All the new listing alerts go out. The buyers and agents are in a hurry to see something fresh if they haven't found something for their buyers. And if it's priced right, then you're in good shape. Then the buyers will come see it and you have a better chance of them making an offer. If it's not, they're not going to come see it. They'll just kind of play wait and see. The other thing that happens over time, the longer it sits on the market, is the online traffic actually drops dramatically. The views start slowing way down. People are less interested in it because it's nothing new. Yeah, they saw that one before and they're still not willing to go look at it. So great marketing actually amplifies the price. In other words, if it's overpriced, it makes the problems even more visible. An example would be like, okay, it's overpriced, but the buyers like it, but they really don't want to pay that much. Just last week, I got an offer on one of my listings, and the agent actually sent almost 100 photos of the quality of the paint and asked for the whole interior of the house to be repainted. That was part of the offer. Don't you think that's kind of weird, Richard? To me, it was weird.
That is somebody who is obsessed with something that most Americans, the paint would be important. I mean, how fresh it is, what it looks like, but 100 photos?
It
Seriously?
was fresh paint. It just had a little daylight here and there, or maybe the ceiling wasn't painted, but the walls were. So it was like, okay, that's an odd one. It go buy a new house. So that's what I felt like saying to the buyer. Anyway, we never put that deal together. And so that happens. Or sometimes they'll criticize the house if it's not clean enough. Basically, the buyer's expectation is they want to move in, drop their stuff, and not even have to clean the house, not have to do any repairs, and feel like, oh, I got a great price for a house that is so well taken care of. It feels like it's new. And I've seen homes put on the market that were even 60, 70-year old that were able to make that presentation because of the way it was properly prepared before they went on the market. And more importantly, it was priced right, so it got a bidding war. And here's the problem with overpricing. The listing becomes stale. Buyers start to think, oh, what's wrong with it? Or they think, why hasn't it sold? Most of them don't really make note of that maybe the seller came out at a higher price and that didn't work. And then they slowly walk the price down. I notice it because that's the question I get from buyers. Why has it been on the market so long? It's like, well, they started at, 800,000 and now they're down at 625. So what do the buyers respond to? Oh, they must be desperate. Let's go in and make a low ball offer. So that's what happens when they see multiple price reductions. Some buyers will play wait and see. But the problem is you've really already missed your best buyer, and you absolutely missed the momentum and the opportunity to get competing buyers. So at the end of the day, if homes are priced correctly, you'll attract more buyers. You have a chance of getting competition and even stronger offers, sometimes multiple offers. So my name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about why marketing cannot fix a pricing problem and how to avoid leaving money on the table when you go on the market. Richard?
We're talking with Barb Schlinker, your home sold, guaranteed realty. It is simple. Reach out to Barb by calling 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Barb does have the buyer. She should be your real estate voice. Barb, talk to us a little bit more about how you can correct some things, perhaps not everything, when it comes to whether a home is priced right or overpriced.
Well, Richard, if you're overpriced, the buyers are going to vote with their feet right out of the gate. They're not going to show up. They're not going to want to come see the home. You're not going to have a bunch of agents calling, going, can I get in? Can I get in? That won't happen if it is not priced appropriately. So the warning signs typically are very few showings, or there are showings, but we're getting criticism from the agents during the showing. Well, it wasn't clean enough. I didn't like this. It wasn't updated. I want this. I want that. So when you hear that from feedback, it's a pricing problem. Some condition issues can be resolved sometimes, but most of the time it's not that. It's just price. And the market's going to tell you right away. So in today's market environment, the rates are higher. That means for buyers, the monthly payment is higher, and they don't want to invest that much money when they have very limited resources. We're stretching their affordability as it is right now with condition issues. That's why new construction, even though it's a smaller house, even though they have to put in landscaping, even though they have to put in window coverings, a lot of buyers opt for that because they make it easy for them. And everything is fresh and new and in good condition. And what the mistake I see most of the time, and still to this day in the past couple of years, a majority of the agents are having to tell their sellers, over half, to reduce their price after they went on the market. Why is it? Because you're looking backwards at similar sales in a correcting market. The market is really gradually correcting down. What I'm looking at in average stats just in the past month or so, it's probably dropped a good 2 points just in the past 30 to 45 days. So you can't look back at a home that sold 4 months ago and go, oh, my home is worth that much. You have to stay ahead of it and price it what I call very realistically versus optimistically. That's the best way to win. And if you price it right, you'll be able to tell right away. There'll be all kinds of interest of people wanting to take a look at your home. And you can't rely on Zillow, because Zillow or realtor.com, they're just using these automated, what they call algorithms. They're probably not even basing it off of home sales. They're basing it off of the asking price, which is not what the sales price actually is. So in this kind of market, you really can't guess. You have to have accurate data. You have to see who's getting contracts and where are they priced and how do they compare to you. You have to take a look at what your current competition is, as well as similar sales, and figure out the best number to position your home to win in this market. That's what we do for our clients every day. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Keep in mind that it does feel like overpricing is safe, but it's actually one of the riskiest things that a seller can do, especially in today's market. Reach out to Barb, talk with her. She will guide you on exactly what is going on right now. When we come back, what's considered to be a lowball offer in Colorado, and how will that impact the sale of your home?